The call came at 2:07 a.m. My son was screaming so hard there were no real words. Just pure fear. Raw and animal. Dad, she stood up, he cried. She locked the doors. Then the line went dead. I was already dressed before the silence finished ringing in my ears. They had told me she couldn't move. My wife said it like small talk, like weather. My aunt was paralyzed, bedbound. Just watch her, she said. My mother-in-law smiled too fast. My father-in-law wouldn't look at me. I noticed. I always noticed. I just didn't know what it meant yet. The house was 10 minutes away. I broke every speed limit I helped design. When I reached the street, the porch light was off. Every window was dark, too deliberate to be normal. I knocked once, nothing. I reached for the spare key, gone, locks changed. I kicked the door hard enough to crack the frame but not loud enough to alert the neighbors. Calculated, always calculated. Inside, the air felt wrong, sweet and stale, like a room staged for show, not lived in. My son was curled in the corner of the living room, knees pulled to his chest, gripping his phone like it could protect him. When he saw me, his face crumpled. Behind him, the wheelchair sat empty. She stood in the kitchen doorway, standing tall, balanced, strong, someone who had never missed a step in her life. She smiled when she saw me. Not shocked, not afraid, expecting. Calmly, she said I had no right to take him away from us. That word snapped the last thread inside me. Later, when the police asked what she whispered to my son, he repeated it quietly. Like saying it too loud might still hurt him. She said, "Mommy knows. Mommy wanted this." That was the moment my marriage ended, silent, final, without ceremony. After that, I replayed everything like security footage. The cruise suggestion that came out of nowhere. Her insisting I stay back for work. The way she wouldn't meet my eyes when she hugged our son goodbye. How her parents packed too quickly. How the lie slid out too smoothly. They never thought I'd come back that night. They thought the house would hold. The aunt went to prison for unlawful confinement and child endangerment. She cried, said she was confused, claimed she only wanted to talk to him. The wheelchair was a prop. The locks were installed ahead of time. The plan wasn't hers. I didn't confront my wife right away. That's not how I work. I listened. I watched. I let her keep talking, digging herself deeper without knowing it. I hired a forensic accountant and never explained why. I pulled phone records going back 18 months. The cruises weren't new, they were practice runs. I put cameras in my own house and said it was for security. She avoided certain rooms, took calls in the car, cried on cue. The worst part wasn't the betrayal. It was her confidence. She thought I was outdated, predictable, too busy building things while she quietly took my life apart. Her parents had debts they never mentioned. She had a trust she never disclosed. And I had a clause no one remembered because I'd buried it 15 years earlier. After seeing how people change once they feel safe, my family trust carried voting rights tied to marital fidelity and child endangerment. I added it after watching a friend lose everything to a quiet betrayal. People laughed at the paranoia back then. I didn't. I waited until the cruise ship docked, until the photos were posted, until the smiles went public. Then I triggered the audit. By Monday morning, the board was in an emergency meeting. The CEO, my wife's cousin, placed there by her family, leaned forward and sneered, "You're outdated. We're done here." I answered calmly, "Understood." That's when the retirement trust activated its voting power. The room shifted. Papers moved. Phones buzzed. Then someone asked the question that ended careers. Who just fired the person? Who owns 76% of the shares? The CEO went pale. My wife watched from behind the glass wall as realization finally hit. By noon the next day, her parents' accounts were frozen under investigation. By evening, divorce papers were filed, packed with audio, video, and transcripts. By midnight, she was calling me in a voice I didn't recognize. "I didn't think you'd actually do it," she whispered. That was the second betrayal, the belief that I wouldn't protect my son with everything I had. Now the house is quiet again. The locks are mine. The trust is clean. My son sleeps without fear. Sometimes I think about my aunt standing there, believing power had finally chosen her. About my wife on that cruise, sipping champagne while planning to erase me. About the moment they realized they mistook silence for weakness. I don't feel rage anymore. Just clarity. They wanted control. I wanted justice. Only one of us understood the difference.